What's up everybody, it's Sean here, and today's video, if you couldn't tell from the title alone, is going to be completely different from the usual videos that I do. So as you know, I live in Canada, and being in Canada, sometimes it's a bit of a struggle to buy things that you want that are only available in the States, or sometimes companies will charge you an arm and a leg just to ship the item over here to my country. So one of the solutions I have for that is thanks to the graciousness and generosity of a good friend of mine, Kevin. If you're watching this, shout out to Kevin. But having a good friend in the States that allows you to ship your items over to them, and then he in turn will eventually box up everything that I ship to him and then reship it over to me here in Toronto. So it's always great when one of these massive packages comes in the mail for me, because it's been a couple months of stuff that I've been sending over to him, and because none of these items were especially urgent, I just waited for this box to basically fill up before I decided to finally bite the bullet and ship this massive package over to me. So this big box came in the mail yesterday, and I figured why not do an unboxing, because I know a lot of you enjoy this type of content. It's a little bit different and more organic than a typical review. So before I show you what's inside, I want to warn you, this is not a sneaker related unboxing. There is one pair of sneakers in here, but the rest of the stuff in here is apparel, and it's not your typical streetwear, but I'm gonna get into that later on in this video. So without further ado, let's open up this box and see what's inside. So first off, in this box, like I mentioned, this is the one and only pair of shoes that I reshipped over to Kevin. And I actually grabbed these during the, there was like a code that was floating around on Twitter and online, and it was basically, I think it was 40% off pretty much everything on Nike.com. So I think this was a glitch. They eventually axed that code so people couldn't use it anymore, but I managed to grab an order in time. So I picked up this shoe, which is probably the most geriatric or referee looking pair of sneakers that I own, but it is a pair of the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 in this triple black colorway, which is something that I've been kind of eyeing for a while now, but I didn't want to pay full price for these. As you know, the Zoom Vomero 5 to me is an extremely comfortable sneaker. It's probably my go-to shoe that I have by the front door. I just wear these pretty much when I don't want to think about what to bust out in my collection. It's extremely comfortable, and this one being all black, this is going to be a great colorway to wear in slushy, well not slushy because it is mesh, but in dirty weather or weather that's not optimal, something that you don't mind getting a little bit dirty, just wipe this down and it'll look good as new. So Nike.com, shout out for that glitch or for that code for allowing me to grab these for a deep discount. Next up inside the box, we have this pickup, which is from shopdisney.com. So as you can see, this is a Walt Disney World t-shirt, and we have the 4 park icons on the left chest. So we have Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios represented based off of their familiar icons for each respective park. And then on the back of the t-shirt, we have those 4 icons again with Walt Disney World branding at the very bottom. So me and the family, we are headed to Walt Disney World very soon. So I'm excited to rock this shirt in the park, and I love this design, super clean. There's something about having those 4 icons represented on apparel I've always really liked. I have like a sweater with the 4 icons, like a jacket. So anytime I see something like this, it's a must cop for me. Next up in this box, we have my delivery from Aime Dore. So they had like an end of season sale, or was it like a holiday sale, something like that. I had a couple pickups. And the thing, again, living in Canada, it's ridiculous to ship most things, honestly, from the States, because you get hit with duties. So one of the perks with having a friend in the States, again, shout out to Kevin, is you can kind of circumvent paying those duties. I don't want to get nailed with doing anything illegal, but I'm just saying, if you ship it to the States directly, there's no duties, and then there's ways you can get it over the border, but that's another discussion. Anyways, so this is the first pickup that I got. I don't know the exact name. I'd have to look on my phone. I can check for you guys in a second, but this is a fleece quarter zip, super cozy and warm. And you can see we have the pockets, this big pocket, this pouch, the kangaroo pouch on the bottom. And and it's kind of like a paisley print all over on the fleece, which is really nice. So this is called the Paisley Half Zip Fleece Pullover. Yes, just like I described. And then the second item I got was this one, which is called the Nylon Collegiate Pullover. So this is kind of like a windbreaker like material. And then we have these embroidered crests on the front. On the back, nothing here, but again, we have this massive pocket on the front, on the bottom, which is really good for storage and just being able to throw your wallet and keys and stuff in there. So hopefully this fits. Again, like I totally haven't tried these on or anything like that. I went true to size with both items. Hopefully the size chart is accurate, but yeah, we'll see. So the next items in this box are, like I said, it is not streetwear related. If you know me, you know I'm a bit of a geek. I love collecting things. I love pop culture, comics, all those kind of retro, late 80s, 90s sort of things, just nostalgia. I'm that type of guy. So there's a company, this is not a sponsored video whatsoever, but there's a company called RSVLTS. It's spelled RSVLTS. And basically they sell apparel that's not all, but mostly centered around pop culture and stuff like that. So they got licenses from Disney, from Pixar, Nickelodeon, DreamWorks, there's like MLB, there's basically a lot of the main popular characters or properties they kind of have a license for. So they make things like t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, but they're most known for their short sleeve shirts, which is the one I'm wearing right now. So this is made out of, basically it's like a thin, breathable polyester material, but it's extremely soft. It doesn't shrink in the wash. And it's something that I've gotten hooked on since first seeing their products in person at the Toronto Fan Expo in August or late July or August. Basically in the summer of last year, that was the first time I saw their stuff in real life. And ever since then, it's been a big problem because the way they release things, it's kind of like the way sneaker brands do. Let's just say it sells out really fast sometimes. They make drops that are limited edition. Basically, you have to be on the app right away. They sell out within seconds or minutes. Yeah, and there's a whole resale aspect of these shirts. So like I said, it's in many ways, it mirrors how things are in sneaker culture, except it's shirts instead of shoes. Anyways, that was long-winded, but I've picked up a lot of RSVLTS shirts over the last couple months, shipped to Kevin, of course, and the rest of this box, I believe, is just the shirts. So I'm gonna show you one by one what I picked up, and yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know which of the shirts that you like best, and yeah, so let's go from the first one right here. So this one is called, and each shirt has a name. There's like a nickname to it. So, and I honestly don't remember the exact name of every single shirt. So if I'm wrong, don't kill me, but so this one is called Disney Afternoon. This is part of the Disney 100 license that they had. So if you can see here, we have the main characters, Mickey, Minnie, Chip and Dale, and then Donald Duck, Daisy. So this one was purchased from shopdisney.com, and this colorway was exclusive to retailers. So basically you can buy shirts from the RSVLTS app or website directly, and then you can also buy shirts from other retailers, like for example Shop Disney, and then there's smaller mom and pop shops that have them. So certain colorways are like retailer exclusives. They're not available on the RSVLTS site directly, but you'd have to hunt them down through other retailers. So this colorway is really, really nice. I love how muted it is. And you can see that Disney 100 tag right here. The next shirt we have is called, I believe this one is called Citrus. Kind of like a play on the word citrus, but citrus, like rush. This one I also believe was a retailer exclusive colorway. So there was two colors, one that was a bit more vibrant, which was, I believe, available on the Roosevelt's website. And this one I believe was only available at other retailers. So this one is a beautiful kind of a greenish, muted green shade. We have all these citrus fruits like lemons and grapefruits and stuff like that. So it's a very great shirt to wear during the summertime, or if you're gonna be like on a cruise or at the beach or something like that. It's a great design. I love this one. So this next one is another Disney shirt. This one is called Board Buddies. This one actually just landed at stores. It was also a retailer exclusive. And the thing with this shirt is that the stores that got this shirt, for example, like Hallmark and other independent mom and pop shops, they weren't allowed to ship it out. So you basically had to physically go to the store, buy it. So then it created a whole market of people going to their local Hallmark and stuff like that, and then buying up all the sizes. And then for the most part, people were helpful and, you know, giving people a fair price, but there were some people that were charging an arm and a leg for this design. But as you can see, we have Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Pluto, Goofy, they're lying, and Daisy too. They're lying on their surfboards. This one here is a convention exclusive. So one of the things that Roosevelt's does is they have a booth at most of the major Comic Cons, fan expos, things like that. And then during those conventions, they'll sell exclusive designs that are only available for purchase in those 2-3 days at the convention. And then once they're gone, they're never ever released again. So this one was from the fan expo at New Orleans. So this was at New Orleans Fan Expo not too long ago, sometime in January. And this is the city floral design. So we have the black and gold to represent their NFL team. So this is something they do. So at each con, they'll have like a city floral design. So for the Fan Expo that was in Toronto, they did a Blue Jays colorway with 2 tones of blue with white. And then for example, they were at a Calgary convention. They did the colors of the Calgary Flames, black, red, and yellow. So for this color, it's pretty bold. I mean, not everyone can pull off this sort of design, but again, this was, I believe, only limited to 125 shirts. So there's a pretty sizable market for this design and so the others that were available at that convention. And yeah, I managed to grab this for a very fair price. So the next shirt I have here is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles design. This one released a while back. It's a bit of an older design, but I picked this up from someone else on a Facebook group who was selling this brand new with tags. It's called the Turtle Transit Authority design, because if you can see real closely, all these little icons are actually like vehicles that are driven by characters in TMNT. And then the base design is like a turtle shell. So it's one of those, it's a bit subtle, you don't really know what it is until you look kind of closely, but I'm a big Turtles guy. I grew up, that was like my first cartoon that I loved, and it was the very first movie I ever watched, the original 1990 TMNT. That's the first movie I ever watched as a kid in the theater, so Turtles will always be my #1. So yeah, love it. So the next shirt I have here is another Mickey Mouse design. This one is called Mickey Pop, but this specific colorway was exclusive to LA Comic Con. So they released, like, there was like a GR version that was very colorful and had like a purple with neon colors on it, very, very bold. So for this variant colorway that was only available at the con, this is more muted. We have just this off-white with black and gray, which makes it the more wearable colorway of the two. Yeah, so you can see the different Mickey faces on the front and back. And then we have, so for these con exclusives, they actually have a tag attached. It says, exclusive to Roosevelt, Los Angeles. So you can see why these things are extremely addictive and why there's like such a hot market for it, because, you know, they're marketing geniuses the way they do these things. It's to a T. It's like a sneaker release. So this next shirt that I have here, this is called barreled Batman. And it was, let me see, is there a tag here that says what con it was exclusive to? I don't remember. I want to say that was this New York Comic Con last year. If I'm wrong, correct me, but I believe this was at New York Comic Con. But we have that Adam West Batman styled art. We have Batman, Robin, Catwoman, Batgirl, Riddler, and Joker. They're all, oh, and Penguin too. They're all on their surfboards. This was a shirt that I picked up on the secondary market because obviously this released before I started even buying these shirts, but you know, part of the fun is hunting down old shirts that you missed out on. And then this one is another New Orleans Comic Con shirt. This is called Lil Apprentices, and it's part of the Fantasia or Disney line. So there was a general release colorway that was, it kind of had like a cotton candy colorway to it, but this con exclusive was obviously a lot more muted. It's like a dark blue, like a navy blue base, and then we have that classic Sorcerer Mickey and the broomsticks all over the shirt. Really, really clean, subtle. Another one of those must-haves for Disney or Mickey Mouse fans out there. So something like this, I think it retails for 70 or 75 USD, but the current going rate for a shirt like this, because this one was again limited to 125 shirts, just because New Orleans is a smaller convention, so they didn't want extras that were not sold, because like I said, once the con is over, they can't release them. So it was only limited to 125 pieces, and this shirt is going for probably like 250 US dollars for something like this, which is nuts. But there's some hardcore OG collectors that have shirts that are like going for, like, there's one design that goes for even 2,000 US dollars. So you see what I mean? It's very, very similar to sneakers. Obviously the scale of the prices aren't as outlandish, but you know, it's still at the end of the day a shirt. So anyways, next up on the list, or next up in the box, we have this design, which is called Tropa Glow. And just like some of the others that I showed you earlier, this one is also a retailer exclusive. So the one that they sold on the website was like a blue, purplish, pink colorway, and the ones that were only available at secondary stores or like mom and pop shops was this green colorway. I love this one a lot more. It just pops. The tones just work so well together. We have this floral design all throughout. Really, really dope. And then we have 3 more. So this one is called Tala Vera. So we have this almost like, looks like a ceramic plate design or something you'd see like a very European wallpaper or wall tile sort of look. But the colors are beautiful. The different shades of blue with the white, it just pops. This is another older design that I went back and found a very reasonable price for. And yeah, this sort of design you can kind of dress in the summer, and it's not something like character driven, so you can kind of wear it a bit more often without looking like a big kid. And then the second last shirt here, this is called Santorini. So in many ways, it's kind of similar to the one I just showed you, the Tala Vera one. But if you look closely, we have a very Greek-inspired pattern. You can see those pillars all throughout, sort of like subtle floral designs. And it's a very eye-catching and very vibrant blue, which I love. So this is another one of those non-licensed designs, but again, like a lot of these unlicensed ones are really underrated. I think the licensed ones are what gets a lot of the new consumers in, but these like original designs that they make, they are low-key some of the best that they offer. All right, last shirt. This video has gone long enough, just showing you how much I buy, which is not a good thing. But this one is called, whoops. This one is called, I think it's called Cherry Blossom, if I remember correctly. It's an older design. but I scooped this up for a very, very reasonable price. You can see those cherry blossoms all over the shirt. And this is one of those designs that has obviously gone up in price with time, because just like sneakers, the more as time goes, you're gonna find less and less brand new or excellent conditioned shirts on the market. So again, I think this one retailed for 70, I believe, or probably 65 or 70 at the time, and it's going for close to 200 now. And this was like a non-licensed design too, so it was just shows you how popular this one is. So yeah, that's everything in the box. Like I said, it's a bit of a different video, just sharing my passion for the brand that I've recently discovered. If you guys are curious, it's roosevelts.com. Again, this is not a sponsored video. Just wanted to share with you guys some of my pickups, because I know January, it's a bit of a slow time in sneakers, but February's right around the corner. The channel's gonna get back on track. We have some really exciting shoes to review in the pipeline. So until then, you can follow me on my social media accounts at Instagram at esco8, on X or Twitter at sean.go spelled out, and be sure to check out my website at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little change of pace, and I'll catch you guys all in my next review.